Hi, everyone. So, those of you who know me know that I love coaching groups. I am so passionate about the group coaching process and the unique dynamics and things that show up in the midst of the group coaching process. I love individual one-on-one coaching as well, but there's just a uniqueness to what transpires, what happens in the group setting. And one of the things that, and I'll admit I've adopted these from my group experience going through coach certification training, but these rules that we use as we engage in group coaching are so powerful, and I really think that they are powerful in if we think of them in terms of community, how we operate with one another in community, in organizations, in a lot of different aspects in our lives, not just group coaching. So I wanted to share these rules with you and just kind of talk through them and put them out there for you to consider in terms of what it would look like if you engaged these rules as part of community, as part of operating in community or within organizational structures. So the rules of engagement are: no one gets to be wrong, but only right partially. You know, we all only see in part. So we all have a piece or an experience or an aspect of something to share. And all of us have learned and gained wisdom from our own experiences. And so we have to honor and acknowledge that other people have experienced things and have learned things that we ourselves have not, that are part of the bigger picture. And so so no one gets to be wrong, but only right partially. So we honor the things that everybody brings. This one I love. Everything gets to be messy if it needs to be. So it's not about embracing chaos all the time or messiness all the time. But let's be honest, when we're growing, when we're changing, when we're being transformed, when we're, making strides to renovate our lives, it's just messy. Things are messy. And so if they need to be, that's okay. It's okay for them to be messy. We show up every time. We show up and we're prepared to play all out. So we bring all that we have to the session. We get in there and we dig deep, and we're just ready to participate with all that we are, so that everybody takes away the maximum. And if we've not shown up prepared to bring all that we have into the mix, then everybody loses. But when we all show up prepared to play all out, everybody gains a lot. So and then there's learning in everything, and this I think is really important, because we need to work on reframing failure. We have been through school system, through whatever in this life, we have kind of been trained to avoid failure, and that failure is a bad thing. And really, failure is just a step to success. There's wisdom in failure. We have the opportunity to learn and grow through our failures. So failure is a good thing. So there's learning in everything. We maintain confidentiality. Think how powerful that could be in community and in organizations when people confide in us, if we would honor that confidentiality. We honor the schedule. I'm an absolute believer in giving space and room to the Lord, the Holy Spirit, to do what they want. But everyone in the group has set aside a certain amount of time out of their busy lives. We want to honor that time to be on that call together, to participate in that together. So I believe that the Lord can honor that schedule, that He can accomplish everything that He wants to in that time. And honestly, there may be things apart from that time together that is individual and private, that the Holy Spirit wants to speak about or do outside of the group setting. So we recognize the genius in the room, because as everyone shares, there's just this incredible genius that shows up and reveals and emerges and unfolds. And so we want to capture that. We want to point it out. We want to recognize it and celebrate it. And then shine, because you're a light. And of course, you know, Presence Coaching's tagline is show up and shine. And so we all have a brilliance inside of us that everybody benefits when you show up and you're just authentic and transparent and even vulnerable, and you just show up with the real you and you just shine brilliantly. And we all get to see that. We all get to bask in it. And so, yeah, so those are the rules of engagement for groups. Again, I think they're powerful for communities or organizations. And so I just present them to you and welcome you to practice them, engage them in settings that you're in terms of groups or community.